Hello everyone, my name is Syrkaz and welcome to a very special episode of my Minecraft series. Basically, for those of you who've been with the channel for the longest time, you'll remember that this is the original world, the world that started this channel. Episode 1 was recorded right here. It was the first video that I ever uploaded on YouTube for gaming content, and so I'm really excited to give some closure to this world because I kind of moved on, I kind of got bored after a while, and then I took a long hiatus from the channel, and so I thought as a good transition to what comes next as I reboot the channel, it would be to go back to this world, the original world, go over the few things that I built here over the time that I played here, about 46 episodes, and so I'm actually super excited about that, and I hope you guys enjoyed just taking a look at these things as we look at the future of this channel and the new things that I'm going to build and do. And I'll link to the old videos as we go through each build. I'll link to the videos that where that build happened, so if you want to go back and take a look at them, be warned that the quality of those videos is definitely not as good as this one, I hope, in the new videos going forward. Lots of things changed, me, the hardware that I use, etc. So at the same time, I hope you guys enjoyed that and take a look at those old videos. It might be interesting for you, but this is more like a portfolio of the things that I've done in the past as we move forward, and things that you can expect in terms of Minecraft from this channel. So I hope you guys have fun and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so if you go back to episode 1, I actually show you the seed for this world. I don't know if it still works. This was done in Minecraft 1.2.5, I think. Again, if you go back, you'll see, because I start in the Minecraft start screen, so you can see what version I have. And if you use that seed, you'll be able to start this world, at least in that version. But the reason why I chose this seed after trying a few was that I had the desert here, had a village, had some plains, some hills, and so everything was close by from my starting spawn, and I wasn't sure how soon I could get to bed and stuff like that, so that's why I did it. Had good resources, pigs, and other things over here. And so for the first few nights, I think maybe 3 or 4, maybe even more, this was base. It was just a small little corner so I could sleep safe at night. And I had a bed, I didn't even know what else, maybe a chest, and just a few other things. That hole was on the way out. I decided to drop some of the items that I didn't really need, and so I left. And so then later, I believe, I moved straight up to the cave that I have down here, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But let's take a look at the village first, so I can show you what I've done there and the plans that I had, and then we'll move on from there. Alrighty, so one of the things that I struggled with, and everybody knows this in Minecraft, was zombies taking over the village. If you notice, all the doors are completely busted, and my villagers were dying left and right. So I had this idea of building a village up in the sky, like a fake or artificial island, I should say, where I'd move the village up there and they'd be safe from zombie attacks, and I could do all the village breeding and stuff like that. I ended up not really going through with that idea because it was intense and a lot of things to do. So I built this village breeding center, which basically allowed me to keep my villagers safe and reproducing frequently. So they actually reproduce fairly fast. So if I stayed in this world for a while, there would be a lot of villagers in a very short amount of time. And so the idea here was to have trade centers, and I think a lot of YouTubers did this at the time. I think Etho had one, Docam had one, and one of the most popular trades was to get villagers that had paper trades for emeralds. So you'd get emeralds, and then other villagers will allow you to trade emeralds for all sorts of stuff. And so it was kind of like the currency was the emeralds, and this system allowed them to. So you could have a big stock of villagers there, and you'd get and see which one you wanted. And if you didn't like the trades that they had, I don't know if this works, so I don't want to try it. There's a lava bucket in here, and there's a timer that quickly lets go of the lava and brings it back. So a lava blade basically comes down and kills them. And they're in a minecart, so the minecart gets shot back, picks another villager, and brings them back, so you can try it again, basically. And so this was what I did to keep the villagers alive in this village. And at the same time allow them to, I think I have to do this to allow them to reproduce. Maybe. I don't even know if this works. But anyway, let's go to the next build that I had, which was related to this one. So as I said, one of the most popular trades was paper for emeralds. That's the gold that we wanted to get was that one. And so I built this reed farm, the sugarcane farm, that allowed us to get a lot of paper. And initially I had this completely done, but I had them spaced one by one. So basically I had a reed here, and a reed here, and a reed here, and a reed here. So it was like one sand per reed, but that was not efficient. And somebody in the comments actually mentioned that this would be way more efficient, because this way a reed here has one water, a reed here has that water, a reed here has that water, and a reed here has that water, which allows you to have in the same amount of area, allows you to have way more reeds and less lily pads. After I spent so many hours raiding this lake for lily pads, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, so I was in the process and I finished this. Maybe I didn't, but I had this complete and I redid it, and I was halfway through before I ended the series, basically. So I think the outside stuff is pretty much done. There's a few big builds down in the cave and then in the nether, and I want to show you. I want to show you them. So let's go into the cave and see what we got there. Alrighty, we're about to get into the cave here. The idea and the inspiration here was a bit of ethos man cave, so bringing the grass down and allowing you to be downstairs, you know, under the surface, but at the same time have a homey feel with you'll see wood and grass and all that stuff. So that's what I was doing. Right in the first few episodes of this world, I actually started building a storage room here, and this was basically my headquarters. At the time, there was a bunch of bugs with the slabs in the ceiling in darkness, so I actually had to build a whole room upstairs to have torches just to block out the darkness that these half slabs would have you. Like, it would basically be dark, like very dark. This is just a bug in the lighting in Minecraft, which has been fixed since then, I believe. But the idea was here was to avoid as many torches as possible. In a later episode after this world, again, this world is as of episode 43, and there's 3 more episodes, and you'll see footage in the top right corner of the few changes. But I added some fences and some wood around here just to make it prettier. Again, this was my main center. You got the anvil there, the burning or the oven center basically there. There's the enchanting room here. There's the brewing room here with some nether wart in the back. So this was kind of where everything happened in terms of resources and stuff. I don't even know how much stuff I have here. Do I even have like diamonds or anything like that? Diamonds would have been here. Well, I'm out of diamonds because this was a diamond shovel. But anyway, let's get on with the tour. The idea here was to have kind of an underground garden, basically. And the goal was to have this whole wall and ceiling lined with blue wool, cyan wool, and some sparkly white stuff to make it look like a sky and clouds and stuff like that. I never finished, but that was a cool idea. I did add, like I said, fences here, which made it look a lot better. And actually in a later episode, this lake area here, pond, was turned into a carrot farm because I got some carrots and I needed them to bring pigs and stuff like that into the world. We'll go down there in a second. And there in a second, and you, Mr. Cow. Oh, this was all changed too. Whoa, the cows are out and about. Whoa, this is a nice sword. What the heck? Sharpness and fire aspect. Oh, it's what did I call it? Oh, I didn't call it anything. So here, and again, I'll have you'll see footage of the changes that I made here, which were actually quite substantial. This whole thing was lined with wood, which made it look a lot better, honestly. And we had the pig center here, which was kind of like this. I think I know how they get out. I think in the later episode, I actually lined this up with glass so they don't jump out. And I had a cooker down here. So this system, I think, was inspired by Dockham. Under here, there's a whole system to trigger a couple of things. Let's see. So this would trigger the water bucket to drop and go, and it split the cows pretty much in half. And it opens, this basically gets retracted, these two things, because there's a, see, piston, the sticky piston there. And the idea was, man, I'm full here, and I need those things back. So the idea was to be able to cook them, so they would drop through a lava blade. And I don't think I ever got them working just fine. I think I had some bugs with the whole system because the system was intended to work. Oh, Yeah, this is never gonna work. Oh, it did work. The system was intended to work for both the pigs and the cows, and so I think I had some issues. Yeah, I think I was going in a good direction, and I liked the idea, but I never finished completely. It still kind of worked, but I lost some resources. Here we have the tree farm. It was another big build that took a few episodes. In all honesty, the episodes where I recorded all this stuff tended to be a bit long. I didn't edit much, unfortunately. This was supposed to be connected, but the trees kept killing it. The idea here was to have it look as much as possible as a cabin. So when you're here, it doesn't feel like you're underground at all. I never finished the... I did have the lighting there. I really like that light, honestly, that little thing. And these here, really cool. But I never finished doing the light here on this side and all that stuff. So that's why I have that torch up there. But I liked it. I really liked it. I had the wood field, the little... I planted these, and then the cyan wool there on the side and stuff. It's neat. I think I like it a lot. Then back in here was one of the first things that I did. It was in a later episode, but it was my first system, if you want to call it that way. I had a skeleton farm. I found this thing, and I had a skeleton farming system here, which was my first source of XP actually. So they drop here, and they'd be one-hit kills. Yeah, this is pretty common. You guys all know how this works. This is actually slime chunk. There's a lot of slime chunks in this area, and so there's a lot of slimes, which was both annoying and useful, but mostly annoying, honestly. Later, I built this zombie farming center here because I needed carrots, and it was a good way to get them, obviously. Basically, I can break these here. They go down, up, and then drop here, and they're about 1 health. 1 hit kills by the time they get down here. And so this was actually more efficient than the skeleton one, even though you don't get as many useful things, because at the other one, at least you get bones and arrows. Down there wasn't much. There was, over there, it's my mine shaft, like way out there. But this was just a gigantic cave. I never opened this. This is like as open as it was when I got here. There's pretty much alleys and hallways everywhere. It's kind of incredible. It goes all the way down to diamond level and stuff. And again, this is one of the reasons why I kept this seed and used it. It was so useful. And so, yeah, I really like this. All right, so to wrap this up, let's go to the Nether, because that's where one of the builds that took me the longest time. We don't need to sleep. We're going to the Nether. That's one of the builds that took me the longest time, was definitely in the Nether. So let's go there. Alrighty, we're here in the Nether. As usual, tons of stuff. I love this this area of the Nether. So freaking open. Like, I've played so many different worlds, and it's hard to find like just this gigantic open area of the Nether. I hate the claustrophobic nature of most places in the Nether, and this was kind of clearly the opposite, which I loved. And so you can see there, that's obviously not natural from the Nether, that stone. That was the biggest build that I've ever done. And honestly, in retrospect, as I went back through the episodes, what are you doing here? As you go through these, as I went through the episodes, they were obviously way too long. I should have cut way more things. And I learned a lot of stuff during the time that I did these videos, and I think I'm a better YouTuber now, honestly. But they were very long videos, but at the same time, this was an incredible build. I'm super proud of this. I had to carve this whole thing out of netherrack for the most part, and then I worked my butt off and thought of crazy ideas to keep as little redstone visible as possible. Like, you pretty much don't see redstone anywhere at all, and I thought that was so cool. Like, honestly, it's so clean, and I'm just a freak for like perfectionistic OCD stuff. And so like, I like the design of these things. So the general design of the build and the killing system is from Etho and Doc M. I don't know which one of them, but one of the two had this system designed, and I just used that same design, but adapt the rest of the design of the structure to my taste. And so basically, if you click here, it stops the lava. I'll show you the redstone in just a little bit, but you'll notice that the redstone is all under there. And this is just as like a literally transitioning from the bottom systems up to the systems up top. That's as I had to have that much redstone visible, because you can't have vertical redstone. I'm still waiting for that. I wish you could have like vertical redstone, honestly. But the idea was that everything else goes behind these walls, and then they just cross over there and cross over there. Everything else is completely invisible. That was really cool. So I turned off the lava, they start spawning. I don't even know if this works anymore in the newer versions. I'll have this world as it is available for download. But I don't even know how much works still in the newer version of Minecraft. I know that I'm playing in 1.5.1 right now, and it still works, but I can't make promises that the system still works. I think they've changed stuff in Minecraft. I don't even know if these swim up lava anymore, honestly. That just breaks the whole system. And we have to bring the sound way, way down with these guys. But yeah, like, as they climb up here, and I don't know how many more will be coming while I move out. Like, this is where all the magic happens. This is the timer for the crunch, which I'll show you. I don't think there's anything back here. Yeah, this is just the whatchamacallit, the belt that moves them, basically. So much netherrack, honestly. Again, this whole thing was carved out of netherrack because it was solid. This was a fortress, so you know how that works. So we can pop that down so they stop spawning, and then I think I have to do this. Yep, to cut out the lava and keep them there. And then I hit this, and it should leave them at one-hit kills, which is awesome. Oh, they're still coming up. None died, actually. Oh, I'm level 7. Let's see what levels I can get out of here. Oh my gosh. 11, not that bad. There was just a few of them too. All right, so that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It was as short as I could have it. The goal was to show you the big builds that I did over the 46 episodes. And again, like I said, I think I spent too many episodes in the Nether. Going back, I probably could have made this into like maybe a 3 or 4 episode series, and at least give it more variety. In the future, I think I want to do more adventure maps, probably some build maps, definitely some co-ops. I think that's one of my favorite things in Minecraft is to do. Be it complete the wool monuments or UHCs and stuff like that. I love Minecraft as a platform. I think as a whole, I'm a little bit bored of Minecraft just as a build series. But that could happen. Maybe in the server where I have more people, I could eventually be on the passive side of just making builds and kind of like more of a community stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This was just a very special episode to give some closure to this world. It was, I had a lot of fun, and you guys were awesome during that time. I hope that new guys coming to the channel now just had fun taking a look at the things that I've done. You can check out the old videos. You don't have to, obviously. But yeah, this was a lot of fun during that time. Every time I open up this world, it just brings a warm feeling to my heart, I think, because... Oh, it's raining. Because I had a lot of fun in here, and so it's just so warm and fuzzy every time I come here. This is still home. I came to this corner to end every episode, basically, or almost all of them, and so I'm doing it again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this video, obviously. I hope you guys enjoy the content coming in, and have a good one.